Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Roy. I coach Destroy and I'm here with Calvin.
Coach Calvinator, and I'm in charge of the buttons.
I know. Again, warning. However, we did manage to get through a live the other day.
I think I hit a cow button to start it off.
I thought we were on Sunrise there for a second. But no, I think we're good to go. You've done a great job and Warnie has coached you from his little
hasn't he ever?
COVID lair.
From his little COVID, dirty bed that he's in.
So he's coached you through it, but I'll tell you what, I was impressed with the way you two worked, and I'm pretty confident that we're going to get through for this all-exciting round 3 teams.
So people are going to think I accidentally pressed the button.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Nah.
Didn't. Just wanted to get people offside early because it's a big night tonight.
It's a massive
night.
And I'll tell you what, it's a big 2 nights, double header tomorrow night.
I know. And lockout tonight is at 7:20.
Oh, God, once again, on the back foot.
Dog's not, though.
No, he's not.
Sitting back in his little COVID bed.
In his bed.
Thing is, so tonight is the Bulldogs and the Swans.
Yep.
Lock out at 7:20.
Yep.
Bailey Smith comes in for them.
Yep.
Okay,
Coming
so
off
that's
150.
significant. Bailey, Williams and Crozier are out.
Yep.
And for the Swans,
Harmony
Party comes in.
Yep.
Now, Mitch Cleary said, massive out, big name out for the Swans. And I'm disappointed with Mitch for that because it's Logan McDonald he was talking about. Okay, big name of the future.
He must have thought someone else wasn't.
I don't understand. But I think he went a little bit early on.
Did someone come on a different flight or something?
I don't understand.
Mitch he's never wrong.
Never wrong?
No.
No, he's not. No.
But Logan, no, not massive.
No, it's not a massive one.
Did it send shivers down your spine?
It did. I was like, who's that? Who's that massive one? But then I thought...
Do you know what Warnie thought? Oh, I hope it's Heaney.
He would have thought that.
And then, do you know what he thought?
What?
Heaney was one of the first ones with Buddy, all those people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was a bit of a thing, wasn't it?
Sicko.
Because we are waiting for teams to drop. My question for you is, Roy, what do you need to do tonight?
Right, tonight. It's a great question, and it's very relevant because the Dogs, as always, are a very relevant team. So I've got the decision whether to put captaincy on Dunkley.
Okay.
Or, probably that's my only decision. And I'm not doing that. So Dunks will be on the ground. And I'm going to play Paddy McCartan as well.
Okay.
That's a big decision.
That's a big decision.
Yeah.
But I think his numbers are going to be good.
Yes.
Bulldogs give up a lot of marks. So I think, especially to defenders, so I think he could be okay tonight without being amazing. He averages 60.
Yeah, I know. I think we're putting too much thought
I'm with you.
into him.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty of him is he can score. He had 2 30-point quarters last week. The scary thing is...
Could have gone 120,
that
Roy.
That means he had 2 zeros, which means he could have gone 0. You hear what I'm saying?
I hear you exactly what you're saying.
So, first quarter was through pure good footy, intercept marks, reading the play.
Yep.
Next 2, non-existent.
Yep. I hear you.
Last one was more of that chip around, and he got some time-wasting +6s and, things like that.
I'm glad he's doing that, though.
100%.
Because he was relying on those intercept marks.
Right. So, given there's plenty of marks to go around against the Dogs in defence, I would like to think tonight... Do you want to know how many he has?
Don't say 80. Don't say 100.
No. Do you want to know how many marks he'll take? I don't know what he'll convert it to. He will take a minimum of 8 marks tonight.
A minimum of 8?
Yeah. He'll probably only convert it to a 70 or something.
Thanks for bringing coffees too, because Dog won't let us drink coffees anymore.
No, I know. So I thought it's a little bit cold. There's a bit of a cold front come through.
Very cold here today.
Yeah,
so
plus
coffee warm you up.
Late night for us, a lot of work to do.
There is a lot of work to do.
Caffeine hit.
So as far as your vice captaincy go, where are you looking to do that?
Well, as I complained about earlier in the week, I got totally stitched up with my captaincy last week because I was
was
big on Neil, remember?
Oh yeah.
But then because of the West Coast naming delay, it caused me to put it on Dunkley. Otherwise, I thought I had no access to Neil.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm just taking a step back from all of that, and I will put it on Neil again.
Okay, so
and I think I will have access to it.
To your fallback captain in, say, Jack Steele.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? It's a bloody annoying, stressful thing.
It isn't it?
Picking a vice captain, but then seeing if you've got someone you can put on with a zero,
Yep.
and you've got someone you can take off in that position
Mate.
that hasn't played yet. It is just ludicrous.
You imagine being a Pirate.
Oh, God, I can only
Stress
imagine.
involved. So I've got the choice tonight. So I picked Jack McRae at the start of the season to be my vice captain.
Yes, I remember you saying that, yep.
But I just can't see him pumping out a 140 this week against the Swans.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
So I am thinking about doing something like you're doing, a kneel into a Steele.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's sort of where I'm
It's
sitting.
got a good ring to it.
Yeah, it does. At McRae to Steele. That's what I've been doing, and that hasn't been working. So I sort of need to mix
sounds
it up.
awful.
So basically, I need to make that decision tonight to work out whether or not I am going with Jack,
Yep.
who's going to slap me in the back tonight and go, there's the 140 I've been trying
He
to
will,
get, mate.
but like you gotta send rockets
I know.
every now and then, and I'm sure his other coaches will thank you for that.
Warney just sent me a message.
Oh, no.
Guess what he said?
Teams are in, you idiots.
Teams are in, you Mongo. Start talking. We'll kick it off Friday night. There's 2 games, Roy. This one is at the MCG. Melbourne and Sydney. Melbourne, no ins yet, but the Medi sub, of course, is out. And in for Melbourne, they've got Phillips, Shield, Nick Martin. Is he on your radar this week?
Well, Cow, they're he rolling over in his bed at the moment.
Yep.
In for Essendon, mate, not
I know.
in for Melbourne.
Oh, in for Essendon.
Nick Martin, and yes, thanks a lot, mate, dog. Yes, that is my forced trade. He's the must-have cash cow. Nick
Out.
Martin in.
Out is Francis, Devon Smith,
Oh, Devon.
Nick Cox, and Zach Merritt.
Warney was so big on Devon this week.
loved Devon.
Bounce back Devon,
Yep.
he called him.
The next game will kick off an hour later, so that's at 8:20, and that's Adelaide against Port. In for Adelaide, Rory Laird returns.
Yep, big.
That's a big one, especially for draft owners. Murphy and Frampton as well. The outs for Adelaide, Saligo,
My
who
boy.
was the Medi sub, Pedlar, who came in as a cheap option last week, Murray, and Rory Sloane is out injured. In for Port Adelaide, Jed McEntee.
Right.
He's a cheap midfielder from memory.
Yeah.
Worth looking at. And Sam Mays.
Mid-forward, I think.
Sam Mays.
He'd be
He's in.
expensive.
He would be.
Yeah, so
And
McEntee,
out. So we got Finlayson. Sindez Moses. Josh Sin is out, and so is Dersma.
Dersma omitted. That's another
Omitted.
thing Dog called. Now, McEntee, Rocky Pig was big on him
Yes,
in
he
the
was.
pre-season. So I think he's, mid-forward. So check him out because he's basement price too.
Right, Saturday is a later start because that moved it into the Friday sort of section. This is like a 4:35
Oh, my
game.
God, I've read ahead.
Giants against the Suns.
This is big.
Inns. Steiny,
Yeah, that's the big.
Peatling, and Keefe.
Yeah.
And Braden Prus.
After a thumping game in the VFL. However, we need more information than that for it to be exciting.
And I can cover it. Out, Lloyd, Riccardi, Brander, Davis, Matthew Flynn.
Get him in.
Flynn is out. Preuss is in. Preuss will be the number 1 ruck. Out for Gold Coast. In for Weller. See,
I don't care. This is just...
I know. And so Weller's in. That's handy for draft owners, and especially those who picked him up would have moved him on anyway. But Darcy McPherson and Flanders is out. We're going to come back to this, Roy.
This is
big.
significant.
Because I'm looking at a move. Collingwood, Geelong. This is Saturday night at 7:25 from the MCG. We are looking at Collingwood first. Their ins are Maynard and McGuinness.
Yep.
Check out McGuinness, Roy, because he is debuting. And out for Collingwood is McCreary, Kruger, and Tyler Brown. In for Geelong, DeConning comes back as a handy little bench option for us, but therefore he's not a loop option if you're looking at him. And Higgins is in as well. Out for Geelong, Dalehouse is omitted, Narkle, who was the sub, and Zach Guthrie. We're looking at McInnes there, Roy. He is debuting for Collingwood. I have a feeling he is a bit of a cheapie.
Well, I know he spent a lot of time in my pre-season team. I just can't remember what position. A midfielder. So
What price is that?
190.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would prefer McEntee.
Agree. We got another Saturday night game, 8 o'clock from the Gabba Lions against North Melbourne. Mitch Robinson comes in, and your boys Sharp and Pryor are omitted.
Sharpie.
In for North Melbourne, we got McKay, Ford, and Stevenson, handy for draft owners once again.
Yeah.
Out, Bonner, Lazaro, LDU.
Yeah.
Because he got injured. And, of course, Taran Thomas. We can say it we want.
Taran.
He's not here.
It's Taran.
Well, that's what he calls it.
Yeah,
Except
exactly.
what he knows his mum.
Yeah.
Okay. So they are all out. Sunday, first game, 1:10, MCG, Carlton, Hawthorn, in for your Blue Boys, Roy. Chera,
Yeah.
Martin, Boyd,
Yes.
Young, and Parks, of course, an extended bench. And out is McGovern and Oscar McDonald, who are injured. But Lewis, Young, and Jordan Boyd are a bit of fresh meat. Need to wait till Friday night to see if they hold their spots.
Well, Lewis Young will play, but he's not making a AFL debut, but Boydie would be.
Right, in for Hawthorn, Howe, Kazitsky, and Long and Day. Long is
Long Day.
Long Day is potentially major. And Tom Phillips, interesting one there, has been omitted. Check your Friday night details for more teams. St Kilda, Richmond, we have in for St Kilda, Long, Kent, Dougal Howard, and
It's happening.
Paddy Ryder.
He's back.
Out is Sharman at this stage, has been omitted. In for Richmond, Grimes, Rewalt, and Maurice Rioli. Now, that is it. The problem, let's go back to a couple of issues. Let's start with the rider.
Right.
So, Jack Hayes has been named on an extended bench.
He has.
Out of the 8 people that are there, you would think Brad Crouch is fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
I think Hayes still holds. I think he still holds.
He's definitely a chance to hold, but his role isn't going to be 50% ruck like it was last week.
Ryder's named in the forward pocket. Rowan Marshall obviously taking the number 1 spot there.
Look, the thing is, he needs to be off our ground now.
Oh, yeah. Yep. If you've been riding that, that needs to end. That needs to end. Excited about Chera coming back in, right? Because he was a guy that you were looking at there for a while.
Massively. And he remains a great pick this week. So he is underpriced. And that 110 that people scoffed at me about me thinking he would average, that he happened to score in round 1, don't think that was a fluke. Expect it every week.
We need to talk about the big pink elephant in the room, and that is Braden Prus. We need to talk about this because he is the number 1 ruck. There are no other rucks in this team, and he goes up against Jared Witts. Okay, that's going to be quite tough. It's at home.
Look,
Matt Flynn has been named as an emergency.
Preuss is an 80 as solo ruck.
Okay.
So he's ridiculous value. We're not expecting 80 from any of our rookies that are priced at that.
Agree. He's playing for his spot this week.
He's coming off a massive game last week in the Magoos.
Okay, scenario. He comes out and dominates.
Yeah.
Great trade if you go from Max down to him, which is something I'm considering. He doesn't dominate. He's dropped next week. Then what?
Then you're in trouble.
You're in a lot of
Then
trouble.
your season's full catch-up mode for a number of weeks.
Yeah.
I just don't see how, when Leon Cameron is a guy that he used to pick Mummy, when Mummy was like 35 probably.
Loved
He
Mummy.
used to pick him over the younger rucks because he had that ability to bash and crash.
Yep.
Well, that's what Preuss brings, but with a little bit more.
Agree.
He's still got a little bit of run left in his legs. So he likes someone that can offer that style. What, they're 0-2, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay, so is this something that you... How locked are you on this move?
I don't want to do it, but I'm bloody considering it now.
Yeah.
So much else I could fix up. The money that is on Max's head,
Oh, yeah.
if that gets put on a midfielder, if that Chera, for example,
Yeah. I hear you.
you can just get rid of a non-playing rookie for Chera if you go Max down to Preuss. Who's going to score more out of Chera or Max?
Chera.
100%.
Of course he does.
Who scores more out of Preuss and some other spud? Preuss.
I know.
It's a play.
It's a big
but
play.
I want to hold Max for one more week.
Based on why, though? Why do you want to hold him?
History,
You're just being stubborn.
pride. of him, not me. Surely he's got some.
79.
Yeah, gross.
And Luke Jackson is looking so good at the moment, I can't see why he doesn't decrease his time in the middle. Surely it goes up.
Like, you're someone that says you can not count those scores and things like that, right?
Can't, there's two of them there, though.
So, okay, the first one, he gave away 6 free kicks.
Wow.
Let alone that should have been a +4, but it was a -3. Like, the turnaround in that is big. So that's 100. That was pretty much 100.
Okay.
Last week, he didn't realise that if you didn't move your fingers and it was slippery,
that's 2 weeks.
That would have been 100.
So you're giving him maybe what could have been 100.
So he'll go 100 this week versus a very dismal team, is what I'm saying.
But so will Chera.
Chera will easily, yes.
How much are you seriously I want a percentage. Are you considering this move?
Very little. Very little, because
really?
I've still got to get Martin in because dog stitched me up. Had that not happened,
okay,
and had I not needed to chase that cash generation, I would be 50-50 on whether to do it or not.
This is the kind of move I do.
100% it is. You end up with Took Miller on the flip side.
This is a cow move. So I would go, at this point, if I'm doing it right now, I would be going Max gone down to Preuss.
Yeah.
And then Rao up to Took or someone like that. Or even I can even go like a Paddy Cripps and say bulk coin and then do something else next week.
Don't you have Cripps?
No.
You're an idiot.
I know. Mega idiot.
What were you thinking?
Well, you know me, right? I don't usually think much.
No, but I know, I don't know. It's something that I'm definitely going to consider.
All right, fair enough.
You're listening to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast, and this is the Gold Diggers thanks to Sportsbet.
Now, Roy, you wouldn't read about it, but I had a big win last Friday night with our Bet with Mates Punters Club. Start a group, bet together, share the moment. As I donated, donated $143.75 to Freeze MND, and Roy, you're up this week.
I am up, and I'm excited because there's a Friday night doubleheader, and I am all over it. I'm getting on Archie Perkins, 20 or more disposals, $2. No Zach Merritt, and he's been playing a little bit through the midfield. I'm excited about that one. Jordan Dawson, 25 or more disposals, $1.91.
Yep.
Very confident there. James Rowe, anytime goal scorer. He started the season very well, Rowie, $1.45. And there's one I'm going to have to change, and it's the one Warney made me put in.
Yeah, I know.
Devon Smith. I didn't want him anyway. Anytime goal scorer, $1.72. I'll have a lot of fun finding a replacement for him, like someone who's good. Anyway, that was $25 at $8.77.
I love it. Now, there's 2 games on Friday night, so I can't wait to sort of flick between those two and watching these get up. I love the Dawson one.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
He is. Okay, Saturday games. I'm going to go one from each game. Cogs. Stephen Canelio, he snagged a couple on the weekend. $1.83 to kick a goal. I'll take that. Zach Tui, he's been playing a bit forward. $2.20.
Oh, yep.
Don't mind a bit of Tui action. And I'm going X-Airy, the cherry bomb.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going him anytime goal scorer because even though he's the number one ruck, doesn't mind resting forward. $2. I'm chucking $25 on that at $8.05.
Winner. Love it. Now, Tui got it done for me last week, so I'm glad you've got him in there again.
I saw that.
Good one, Roy.
Yeah, okay. You can find Bet with Mates in the Sportsbet app. Start your group, bet together, share the moment. Conditions apply. For more details, see sportsbet.com.au. As always, gamble responsibly.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Yo, ho, don't even know the words of the song. Calvin is the pirate, though he is a pirate. Right, back on track. Here we go.
We had a little... Could they hear it?
Still, everyone can hear it.
Yeah,
everyone loves my singing. Okay.
Just checking.
Number one option this week has to be the guy we've been talking about, and that is Took Miller.
All right. God, you're chasing him.
Mate, no, I'm not. I'm happy to pay the $1 million, yeah. You know what I mean? He had 100 in the first round, 147 last week, 155 last year against the Giants. He is going to go gangbusters again. And the thing is, everyone's going, well, surely he gets tagged by Matt de Boer. Good luck. That's a 200 if the French guy from the Netherlands goes to him. There's no way. He maybe goes and stands next to him as stoppage.
Yeah.
But he's not running with him around the grounds.
Nah.
So he's clearly number one. Now, number 2... got to have Brayshaw at home, of course, against the Eagles, though. Depleted Eagles.
Yeah.
He's averaging 150 plus. That is unreal.
He wasn't even a fluke on the weekend. That was just hungry piggery.
There is a small flag, though. I reckon a guy like Xavier O'Neill could go to him.
Someone has to go to him.
Got to go to him. So O'Neill actually went to Took in round 1.
Right.
And Took had 100.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a small flag there. Got to love Petrarca and what he's doing at the moment.
So good.
So he's averaging 139 and he had 113 against the Bombers last year, and the Bombers aren't much.
No, they're
we
not.
can say
and
that.
He's just not struggling.
No, Neil comes in at number 4. Out of all players this year that's played 2 games, he's got the 4th highest average.
Wow.
145 last week.
Bargain.
He's up against the Kangaroos, who actually haven't played anyone significant.
No.
Okay, therefore, they've only given up 2 tons this year.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
No.
At the Gabba, he's going to be awesome. Yeah. And number 5. Now, talk to me about Jack Steele, because he has gone 105.
Yeah.
He had 13 tackles, 0 marks.
Yeah.
Week before that, 107. Against Richmond in his last 2, 114, 115. Can he get it done? Because he's one of yours.
Look, very disappointing to say the least, watching him under a microscope last week. So, who were they similar traits to? I hate to say it, but remember when McRae got pushed to a wing?
Oh, yeah.
The attitude.
He didn't sook.
It looked like it.
Really?
Yeah, so his tackling was still there, but his tackling needs to be the cherry on top.
It does.
His tackling needs to be taking him to
yeah.
140. How many marks do you think he took? None.
Oh, yeah, 0.
0.
One of the only players
So
on the field.
how many times do you reckon, like a Brayshaw or Petrarca, you know how they'll run into space demanding the ball?
Yep.
How many times do you reckon Steele did that?
Don't know.
No, none. He plotted from contest to contest, Gaffy style. And I'm talking Gaffy full head tilt style. It's like his role was just to jog to the contest.
Yep.
Hope for a handball or a tackle. It
Okay.
was really disappointing.
Bit of a bean bonnet, you reckon, Roy?
Oh, no, I don't know what it was, but they weren't looking for him, and he certainly wasn't asking for it. And it is a flag for someone who was over $1 million.
Interesting. A couple of other people that people have said, what about this bloke? Now, Clayton Oliver, has not hit 100 in his last 4 against Essendon.
What?
Weird, hey? Very
weird.
Grundy, you're not touching that. Not at all. He had 69 against Geelong last year, so you're not even going to have a go at that.
No.
We all love our Carlton boys, though, against Hawthorn, based on the fact of what Port Adelaide did to them last week, although they lost.
Bloody loss.
Boak had 152, Amon 148, Butters 137, and Wines 128. You would assume Walsh, Cripps, Chera, and even
Super Huey,
Kennedy, they have a big day. Kennedy could be massive.
they will be massive.
So Cripper coming off 123, 112 this year. He only is bigger than that.
Gosh, it's such an awkward looping game because I would love to VC a blue boy in that, but it gets really tight if you're looping on someone on a Sunday with a VC.
Now, before we hit Twitter up, what are your plans right now with your VC into your C?
As we sit here, Neil into Steele. I've just given Steele a little rocket. Did you know last year there wasn't a game where he took 0 marks?
Really?
Yeah. And he had like 7 kicks. Only 7 kicks on the weekend.
What?
Yeah. So he bounces back from that, surely.
Someone did something to him in the change room. He wasn't
There was
happy.
something going on.
They moved his socks or
And
something.
you just have to be their fantasy coach to watch them close enough to pick up on things like that. But yeah, I'm still backing him in. So Neil to Steele.
All right, sounds good to me. And that's sort of what I'm looking at too.
Yeah. Unless you bring in.
Unless I bring in the big boy. Well, you never know, right? You know what I like to do.
Wow.
I just don't feel comfortable with the Max to Preuss move, but I think it could be a game changer.
Yeah, but can I just tell you what I'm thinking now? Mm-hmm. I know Max has got a break even of 144 and he's dropping rapidly.
Yeah.
But I might just have a 1 week look at it.
Ah, okay.
Because it's still going to be a huge cash grab.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll get 1 more week to see if Max's movement's back in his fingers.
Yep.
And I'll get 1 week to see if Preuss is going to consolidate his spot as number 1 ruck. No scores well, no Flynn back next week.
I think that's probably the sensible play.
Well, I probably won't end up doing it then.
Now, T. Better came out and said,
Right.
you know how we went set and forget?
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 parts to that.
There is.
There's the setting part of
Yeah.
it, and then there's the forgetting. So he wants us to basically go, don't worry about the scores, forget, move on, you've set, now forget. Don't set and think.
And he's very smart, and I agree, unless a number one ruck comes in at 350 that's capable of averaging 80.
100% agree.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy Official.
All right, Roy, what have we got popping through? Because I know the Warn Dog, he's been filtering the questions.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Still likes to pop his head in, the old dog.
Yes. Likes to have control of the situation.
He's sending me abusive messages over there.
Okay, I'll have a look at this one.
Okay.
So, what's their name? All right, Sam Penny. Tough dilemma. 300K in the bank, Gibcus to Sicily and persist with Gone with the extra trade in case of an emergency, or Gone to Wits and Gibcus to Lloyd.
Yeah, we sort of just talked about that. What do we want to do with Max? And this is this guy's dilemma right here.
Because this is on the flip side, but I mean, he has got a lot in the bank that makes that look super good.
It does.
However, you've got two best 22 players as a result of that.
Yep.
You've got a number one ruck capable of averaging 90 from here on in.
Yep.
He's had a tough draw and he's still hit 280s.
Yep.
And Lloyd's just going to do 100.
Yeah.
It's a massive upgrade.
And that's something he's got to do tonight. Gibcus has got to go. And if he's on your field, that's got to be moved.
It's either getting Gibcus off the ground or pushing someone like Paddy to the bench.
Yep.
Both good.
I'd tick
it off, but why aren't we doing that then?
Yeah, well, we still might.
You're right.
We still might. Now, we are looking here from Andrew. Rookie's named McEntee or McGuinness. Do you have job security or do you grab McDonald? Now, you've got a bit of an inside word here on McEntee. You like him.
Well, it's not even inside. It's public word. But, yes, and the fact he has a bit of forward status interests me as well, because there's a lot of flexibility there at the moment among all those guys. So that is where I'm landing at the moment. And having a look at their team selection, it feels like he might have a couple of weeks to have a crack.
Yeah, okay. Now, squidgy face here. I guess this is one for me. Am I ticking off him bringing in Daniel Rioli? It allows him to get Skinner off his field. Yeah, I pay that. That's okay.
I've looked at that.
Yeah, okay. To get a guy like Skinner off your field, you basically tick anything off here. Skinner's a 30, and we thought he was better than that last week, and he's not.
No, he's not. I didn't realise he was.
But look, he might be better.
Big lump of a lad.
He's obviously named again because we didn't mention him.
No, he's not.
But I think he's okay. I think he'll score all right, but he has the ability to hit a 30 and therefore get him off your field. Yes, it's not too late there, squidgy face, to get on the Daniel Rioli
train. It's only about 500,000.
He's very cheap.
He was outstanding
very
last week.
Cheap.
All right, B-Dogs. Can we trade Preuss to sit on our bench for cash generation? Well, there's another play, actually.
Yep.
Because, you could do that if it's a throwaway and you've got a bit of money sitting there. And then, if Max does keep sucking...
Oh, wow. Okay,
so... You can just say, see you, Maxie.
So he's probably going a Jack Hayes with Ryder coming in up to a Preuss. What would that be costing you at the moment? I have to have a quick look here, Roy, because I tell you what, that is not a bad move that you could be doing.
Look, it's something that I would hate to do, spend that much money on a cash cow. But if Preuss, like we think, is number one ruck...
Well, he is this week.
He is. He has the potential to... We blink and he's up, 600,000.
Mate, you need around about 40,000.
To get who?
Jack Hayes to Preuss.
Is that all?
That's all. It's about 40 or 50,000. So Hayes is... I'm not going to say he's done his job, but with Ryder coming in, if you're sitting there and you're like, holy hat, my team is so bloody good, it looks a little bit like Warn Dogs, and I swagger around in front of my friends with my big head all the time, then you could easily go Jack Hayes up the Preuss on your bench for a free look this week.
Hayes might not make the cut.
Hayes might not make the cut. There's the other thing. Wow. I never thought about that.
If you've got a bit of money sitting there, why not?
Well, why not? And especially if you're looking at your team going, I don't really know what to do this week, then that could be...
And if your team's scoring has been a bit mediocre, like mine, for example, at the moment, imagine you just go, okay, I'm attacking the cash.
Okay. Cameron Abbott here is thinking about switching Dusty to X-Airy, and I like how people write X-Airy now.
Yeah, they're smart.
You don't write Cherry with a CH. Think of switching Dusty to X-Airy for big cash grab, and then upgrading and underwhelming Darcy Tucker to Jordan Dawson. He's concerned that X-Airy has yet to come up against a decent ruck opponent for his scores.
Yeah.
Where do you sit with the X-Man?
Well, you know I'm one of X's biggest fans.
Oh, you are probably the biggest fan.
And then you were borderline angry at me for telling you what you didn't want to know earlier.
What?
That X, he's not going to keep pumping out, despite being clearly the number one ruck, as I said in the preseason, which was scoffed at.
Yeah, I did scoff.
However, he cannot be expected to hit those 90s. Did you see the names on that West Coast team?
Yeah, I know.
Can you remember any of them?
No.
No, exactly.
So who's he got this week? He's up against, Big O, Oscar McInerney, up there at the Gabba.
It's a tough gig.
It is a tough gig.
We're happy with a 60 from X this week.
Really?
Yes.
I think he's better than that.
Do you?
I think he's minimum 60.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't know. I'll snout him.
Fair enough.
All right. So Michael King wants to know English or Cogs. Okay. So considering Steph is only out with protocols this week. So people were looking.
Oh, really?
So people were looking to go, obviously, English in for Max, and that was one of the most popular trades.
Yeah.
But it seems like English is not that. Sorry, Steph is not that far away, and Cogs. I don't know if you can. Cogs is fine.
He is fine.
There's nothing wrong with Cogs.
No.
So I don't have a problem with people. He's averaging 93.
Exactly. As a forward.
I'm saying out of those two, you definitely go Cogs over English.
English is the one probably at more risk of having a significant role change. Norton's that banged up forward. Steph's knocking on the door.
Yeah, okay.
But mind you, Bevo said some good things about him that made me think that he will get to keep doing what he's doing.
All right, I've got another one here from Patrick. He wants gone to Wits, and it gets $250 to get a rookie off the bench. Off
the ground.
Must mean off the ground.
Yeah.
Worth doing?
Well, that's the temptation that we've all got at the moment. I'd go to Preuss and make it an even better upgrade of your rookie.
Yeah. Why not? If you're going to do a little gamble like that, you might as well go down to a Preuss.
Go the whole hog.
I'm nearly with you, though, at the moment, where we're like, I want a week to watch.
Better have a week.
Because if Mac goes...
It's round 3. You could munt your season completely.
You can. And remember I did that one year with Mumford?
Yeah.
Went really early on it?
Yes.
Boom, boom.
Because the thing is...
If he's dropped next week...
It could pay off.
Yes, it could.
And I am quite confident that it will. However, if you're someone that's going to stick with your team for the season...
Yeah.
If you did it and it didn't pay off... Where to?
Yeah.
The amount of trades you will use fixing that back up.
Because if he's dropped next week, if he comes out and stinks, I don't think he will, but if he does, what do you do with a ruckman that's worth 370 odd K? You are downgrading a midfielder or a primo to fix that up.
Yeah.
Couple more, Roy, because we are about 30 minutes away from lockdown. So have a look at this.
Okay.
Once again, here's lockdown. It's dog. Jack James wants to know, gone to Preuss, and that gets Gibcus to Jack Crisp and 300K in the bank for next week.
Look,
I can see why people are doing it.
This is the thing. It looks so much better.
Yeah.
Because every player mentioned on the flip side, I have so much more faith in than Max.
Yep. What are you losing if you wait next week? So Preuss will go up, let's go 40 odd K, and Max will go down probably another 30. So you're probably going to lose about 70K in that non-trade.
But you're potentially saving trades that are worth more than that.
Agree. Interesting.
Gosh.
Wow, I don't know. I'm with you.
How does Preuss not go 80? I've got more faith in him. I'm talking about him hitting a score that Max has failed to hit twice, and I'm talking about it confidently.
Yeah.
And he's got a tough matchup.
Anyway, I guess we'll need to stay tuned to maybe our Twitter this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll post our final trades out there then. Anyway, Roy, we are 30 minutes away from lockout. And we want to say, hey, Warn Dog, get well soon.
Of course.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
He'll be back next week. This is stressful without the dog.
100%.
So we're going to
get
say...
so grumpy all the time.
Oh, doesn't he ever? Anyway, we're going to say good luck this week, guys. Stay tuned to all our socials for more information. And go Jack Steele.
Can he?
Yeah, he's got to get it done. Max to Preuss, we'll tick that off later.
I'm tempted.
So am I. All right, good luck. Thanks for joining us. Catch you next week.